Good morning, Mr. Olvera. Sir, you're charged with two cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. On the gun case, you're facing up to...
Notice how the judge lists both fines and jail time separately for the DWI and the weapons charge. This is standard, but it's also strategic. It puts psychological pressure on the defendant right from the start. Audience question: do you think this approach works as a deterrent, or does it just make defendants more nervous?
A year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. On the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 28th, 2025, the officer, while on patrol, observed a black Camry driving north on a south-only street at the 1700 block of Durham Drive in Harris County, Texas. A traffic stop was initiated, and the officer made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle. The officer observed an odor of an alcoholic beverage and bloodshot eyes. The defendant stated he was coming from a housewarming where he consumed one alcoholic beverage, a 12-ounce Modelo, about 2 hours prior to the traffic stop. The defendant stated he did not know he was driving the wrong way, and standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 1 out of 8, one leg stand 1 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and refused to supply a specimen. The defendant's motor vehicle was searched incident to arrest. The officer located a loaded Glock handgun found in the center console, and a blood search warrant was signed and executed.
All right, Mr. Olvera, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Can you run him to see if he has any prior DWIs?
No prior, his license is eligible.
All right, I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, your bond will be revoked. You will go into custody. You understand? Do not pick up any new cases. Don't be in possession of any weapons. If you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but you must stay in touch with them. For now, I'll have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. You'll get with Fleischer for your bond conditions. Then after that, you're free to go. Be careful. Don't be a danger to my community. Do you understand? Yes or no? Okay. All right. Thanks. Take care. You are Mr. Gurley?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 27th, 2025, at approximately 11 p.m., the officer observed a vehicle repeatedly fail to drive in a single lane, nearly striking 2 other vehicles as well as the inner curb. A traffic stop was initiated. The officers made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle, and observed slurred speech. DWI task force officer arrived on scene and made contact with the defendant, who had just exited the vehicle, and observed a visible loss of balance, red glassy eyes, slurred speech, and an odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant stated he believed he was on Gulf Freeway and El Dorado Boulevard when he was in fact far away from East Sam Houston Parkway and Genoa Red Bluff Road. The defendant admitted to coming from a business meeting where he consumed 2 old fashions, and standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant refused to provide a specimen. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
May I address the court on that, please, Your Honor? Sure. So in terms of, the accuracy, I guess, of the DIMS report and the accuracy of the summary here, I take great affront with what the police officer alleges here. We do have the video cameras right now. We have the dash camera video that shows that what the police officer is alleging is not nearly what actually happened out there at the scene. As he approached the vehicle, we can see when the dash camera kicks on, he's in excess of 1,000 feet away. So it's not like he's been following him for a long period of time and that there would have been a lot covered before the camera kicked on. But there's not even 2 vehicles anywhere near the vicinity that he could have even possibly nearly run into. There's only 1 vehicle and he's within his lane and he isn't nearly striking that vehicle. As far as what actually leads to the stop, we see in the video that Mr.
I can't get into the video. Now,
Okay.
this is a probable cause hearing, and I have to give them the opportunity to respond. I can't imagine that they've already seen the video.
Sure. So I've addressed these issues with the state thus far, and I know that they've set it for a state eval to evaluate these cases. I just personally have an issue, and I've had some experiences where police officers lay out what's obviously valid probable cause for this purpose,
Obviously.
but is not accurate.
Mr. Stewart, I'm happy to set it for like a formal probable cause hearing in like a week where we can.
Here's where things get interesting. The defense lawyer is calling out discrepancies between the police report and the dashcam footage. This is a classic legal clash, probable cause versus actual evidence. What do you think? Should the judge Halt proceedings until the video is reviewed or is moving forward without it fair.
Give them time to look at the video, research case law, due diligence. But here now, when you start getting into video, you start getting into evidence, I can't possibly, I need to give them time.
Yes, sir.
Because it's
I
only
understand.
fair.
I understand. So I understand that the four corners of the DIMS and what the state has alleged here certainly constitutes PC. I understand.
Sure. I mean, we have, weaving,
Right.
justifies the weaving by saying he's almost hits this and there. As a practical matter, theoretically, there's probable cause. As a practical matter, is it beyond a reasonable doubt?
Sure.
Maybe not. I don't know.
understand.
But, we can always set up for a hearing, and I'm always ready to do it. But I got to give them time to do it.
Okay. So I'll allow the state to do their eval that we've discussed this morning. I spoke to Ms. Balance about that this morning. And maybe that resolves this, and maybe we don't need to have any kind of hearings or.
And I'm happy to give you whatever date you want. If you want to do a week, 2 weeks, as long as you're okay with it, and however long you want to.
Absolutely, Judge. We would just need to speak to the officer and do.
Sure.
Sure.
Right. Okay.
So if we want to do a couple of weeks, could we waive Mr. Gurley's appearance at that?
Yes.
room? Okay.
Yes. But I have to do conditions. Now,
Yes, sir.
did you say, look up his NCIC, any prior?
Requires, and it's license eligible, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Gurley, for now, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward. I am ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. You will be randomly tested. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, then I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand?
That's right.
You're not to do anything don't pick up any new cases. Don't be a danger to my community. I'm not asking for much. I just want my street safe. That's it. I'll have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. You'll get with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and then after that, you're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Whatever date you want, credit.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Have fun, guys.
Good morning.
Mr. Menchu, you're charged with driving while intoxicated.
Estado de manejar ebrio.
You are facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine.
Una multa de $2,000.
You're going to do probable cause.
Causa.
You have the right to remain silent.
El
Anything you
silencio
say can or will be used against you.
será usado en su
You have the right to have an attorney present.
tener un abogado
If you
presente
cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
para
Yes, Judge. On March 1st,
el 1 de
2025,
marzo de 2025.
the officer was
el
dispatched to a major
despachado
crash
un accidente grande
on Ella Lee
en
Lane.
Ella Lee
in
Lane,
Harris County,
en el
Texas.
condado Harris, Texas.
The witness
El
stated
testigo declaró
he heard a
que
loud
oyó
crash
un choque
coming from outside his
venía de
residence
afuera de
and
su
observed the
residencia y
defendant's
observó el
vehicle
vehículo del
crashed
acusado
into a blue Subaru.
estrellado contra un
The witness
Subaru azul.
observed the
El
defendant
testigo
sitting in the
observó
driver's
al
seat
acusado sentado
of
en
a
el
red
asiento del
Toyota
conductor
Corolla
de un Toyota Corolla rojo
and removed the
y
keys
se movió las
and
llaves
smelled an odor of an alcoholic beverage.
el olor de una bebida
and bloodshot
alcohólica
eyes.
y los ojos rojizos.
The officer observed an
El
odor of an
oficial
alcoholic
observó
beverage
un olor de
bloodshot
bebida
eyes,
alcohólica, los ojos
and slurred
rojizos
speech.
y el habla afectada.
The defendant stated
El acusado declaró
he had consumed 4 margaritas
4 margaritas
and standard field sobriety tests were
y las
conducted.
pruebas de campo.
HGN 6 out of 6,
HDN 6 de un 6,
walk and turn 8 out of 8, one leg stand 4 out of 4. The defendant did not consent to breath and a blood warrant was signed and executed.
Fue ejecutado una orden.
Mr. Menchu, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Any prior DWIs and a license?
No prior, Your Honor, and there's no license on file.
Mr. Menchu,
Señor Mancho,
I don't know what your immigration status is,
los
but
migratorios,
if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail
a la
and
cárcel,
immigration finds you because they sweep it on a daily basis, they will put a detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until this case is over with.
caso
And then you will be shipped off to immigration.
andan,
Heed this warning. You will not get another. I see it happen every day where people get ICE hit detainers and they sit in custody for 6 to 9 months.
bajo custodia.
I'm now putting conditions on your bond. If you violate these conditions, then I will put you in jail. The first condition is you are not to drive.
No puede
If you
manejar.
do not have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, then you're not allowed to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 people, babies, whatever. Do not drive. The next condition is you're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol
Consumió alcohol
and or
o
illegal drugs, likewise, your bond will be revoked and will go into custody.
fianza, que se lo pongo bajo.
Pre-trial services is going to call you to go take a test. If you fail to show up for the test, then a warrant will issue for your arrest.
A una orden de arresto.
Do you understand what's expected of you?
Yes.
You get no more warnings. If you don't believe me, ask Marcos. He'll tell you good and well.
José Marcos le dice.
For now, I will have you come up to us here, swear to us that you're not going to drive.
Y te va a jurar que
I will get you to Ramona where you will sign a reset. After that, you will get Felicia for your bond conditions.
después de eso,
Then you're free to go.
es de fianza, entonces lo puede.
Okay, take,
Judge, we,
you are Rachel Herrera.
Herrera,
you were charged with theft. You are facing up to 6
hasta
jail
6 meses en la
and
cárcel
$1,000 fine.
de $2,000.
We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent.
Silencio.
Anything you say can or will be used
Usted diga,
against
hay
you.
poderos, usarlo, pero usarlo en
Can
su
we
contra.
also do the other one as well? Might as well.
it's a BWI.
It's okay.
Sure, okay. The last one, and Judge, that one's on page 17.
Got it.
Buenos días, señor Jesús, intérprete. Por favor, conteste todo a voz alta.
Both of you are charged with criminal cases. We are going to do probable cause on each of your
Cada uno
cases.
de sus casos.
After that, we will determine whether we will do bond conditions. Each of you have the right
Cada
to
uno
remain
tiene el
silent.
derecho a el silencio.
You have the right to have an attorney
El derecho a
present.
un abogado
If
presente.
you cannot afford one,
Solo un abogado, uno se le nombrará.
let's start with Ms. Herrera.
Yes, Judge.
Empezando con ella.
On March 1st,
El 1 de marzo del
2025, the officer
2025,
made
los
contact
hicieron contacto
with the suspect and
Con la-
complainant inside a JCPenney's loss
con
prevention office.
JCPenney.
The loss prevention team provided all information needed to place the suspect in custody.
Y en la
The
sospechosa tenía la persona
complainant
bajo
and loss
custodia.
prevention team
El equipo de
advised
prevención
they observed the
dijeron que
suspect
observaron a la
on CCTV footage,
sospechosa
select
en
multiple
la
items
cinta,
on the store
poniendo
floor
múltiples
before
artículos
entering the dressing room
antes
with
de
a
entrar al
backpack
salón
she
de
brought in. The suspect
cambio
then
de la
exited the dressing
mochila
room
que
without any
tenía.
items.
Entonces
The
salió
dressing rooms
sin
were swept
artículos.
by loss prevention before and
Miraron el
after occupied by the
salón
suspect,
de-
and the suspect exited all points of
Ella salió
sale
de todo,
without attempting to
pasó
purchase.
todos los puntos de
The total
venta sin
amount was
tratar de pagar. La
$203.
cantidad total fueron $203.
Going, did they find something else? Because it looks like she picked up a second case as well.
Furthermore,
Dice,
when
además,
they took her to Humboldt Jail,
además, cuando le
during a
llevaron a
search
la
at the
cárcel,
jail, the staff found folded dollar bills in the defendant's jacket
encontraron
pocket,
dólares
which contained a
en el
white powdery
bolsillo
substance identified
de
as
la acusada que
cocaine,
tenía,
weighing
se identificó
0.16
como
grams.
cocaína, que pesaba punto.
Ms. Herrera, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case.
Para seguir haciendo
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, then I will revoke your bond, put you in jail.
revocar tu fianza, lo pongo en la cárcel.
You're also ordered not to go back to any JCPenney as
Regrese a
well.
ningún JCPenney's.
Okay, so let's start on Mr. Velasquez now.
Velasquez, yeah.
Mr. Velasquez, you are charged with driving while intoxicated.
Ebrio.
You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
Dólares.
Yes, Judge. On March 1st, 2025, the officer responded to a loud music complaint from a vehicle at Main Street, South Houston, in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the defendant, who displayed slurred speech, a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and very poor balance. Standard field sobriety tests were administered, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 5 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The defendant consented to breath with results of .142 and .139.
Is he listening to music while being Hispanic? Really?
Escuchando la
So
música.
that was the basis of the stop, was the loud music complaint, and that's when they approached the vehicle.
You never even said that he was driving.
And that's all there is, Your Honor.
Was he driving?
He was in the vehicle, but we don't have, and Your Honor, we understand, yes, there's,
Nothing in the
Nothing in the
thing says
DMs.
he was driving either.
we don't have that information, Judge, so we understand if you find a PC.
Mr. Velasquez, I'm going to find that there's no probable cause to go forward with your case. You know, you need to be very careful, especially if you're not in this country with permission. There are a lot of people here when they go to jail and they don't have permission to be in this country. Immigration sweeps it on a daily basis, every 4 to 6 hours, you know? And if they find you in custody and you're not here with permission,
Permiso.
they'll put a detainer on you and you'll be stuck in there for who knows how long.
Pues quién sabe cuánto tiempo.
I don't know what your status is, but be very careful how you act.
Cuidado.
You understand?
¿Entiendes?
All right, please take a seat for me, sir. I've placed conditions on your bond, ma'am. If I find that you violate these conditions, I will put you in jail.
En la
I
cara.
will protect my community at all costs. It doesn't matter to me what's going on.
Lo que está
Do
sucediendo.
you
¿Me
understand?
entiende?
So do you have the ability to hire a lawyer or would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer,
Le
ma'am?
nombre un abogado de planta. Corresponde.
So, if you're going, we'll give you an application. I'll have you fill it out and then I'll take a look at it. For now, I'll also have you sign a receipt with Ramona. You will get with Felicia for your bond conditions and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box, ma'am.
Hizo para las condiciones de fianza, siéntese.
She's being monitored. Okay, Colin, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Super.
So you're saying that there's a problem with the occupational?
No, there's no problem at all, Judge. I got him and he has a 2-year suspension for an ALR. I got that. I got an occupational license for him in November. He pled to a DWI first in December and then met with his probation officer in January. She's decided that she is a license guru and that his occupational license needs to be signed by you. There is no suspension coming from you, Your Honor. He's on
Right, I did
probation.
suspend it.
No, and all he has to do is the DWI education course, and there will be no suspension from you. So she has wasted his time, your time, the CLO's time, and I'm sorry for being here to even bother you. He has no other issues at all. He just started. But he had to take time off work to come here and deal with this because she ordered him.
You didn't represent him on the initial case, did you? It
No, Judge, I did not.
was someone else.
It's George Rule.
I remember.
They just want to make sure that occupational is appropriate.
There's absolutely no reason why you need to admonish him, Judge. He's on probation.
I'm not
He has
going to.
conditions.
I won't.
I know.
I won't.
I know. I appreciate it.
Do you want, what do you want me to run?
They
I'm
choose
annoyed.
for him to use it, or I can just have him sign it.
And Judge, I don't want to waste your time or the CLO's time. If I can email her personally, and I will CC you and the CLO to let her know what you say about
Just
this.
please include the state so it's not ex parte, okay? Include the state for whatever though.
I'll include the state, but it is an ex parte situation, so I mean, I guess it's
Okay,
probation, so-
I approved it, Colin. So,
Okay. I appreciate it, Judge.
okay, man.
Hey,
He's here. Do you want me to let him go?
yeah, if we could.
Shatori's gonna talk to him real quick.
Okay. Hey,
Let
I speak in dichos a lot too. So how do you say? ¿Cómo se dice Chuck, stuck like Chuck?
In what?
In
Spanish?
español.
I don't know. That's why we got translate, you know?
Good deal. All right,
All
Judge.
right, Brad. Take care, man.
You too. Have a good weekend.
Judge, I know you told James Pond that you were gonna give a PR bond to Alicia Rice, but she had already received a GOB and C4. She's only being held on a motion to revoke parole. It's a whole.
Yes, GOB.
Then leave it. Then there's no need to do a PR bond. If she got a,
It's just a parole.
right, okay. No, you're right. Is James here or no?
He walked out before I could tell him.
Okay. All right, Ramona, you ready?
Yes, Judge.
Let's roll.
Bird, page 1 and 2. Oh, on page 1, sorry.
Courtney Bird, come up. Mr. Bird, you're charged with two cases. You're charged with reckless driving and unlawful carrying of a weapon. On the reckless driving, you're facing up to 30 days and or a $500 fine. And on the gun case, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On March 1st, 2025, at approximately 1:18 a.m., the officer observed a vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed, and the officer had to drive in excess of 130 miles per hour.
130?
Yes, Judge. And the vehicle exited from the highway, and the officer paced the vehicle bumper to bumper between 100 and 105 miles per hour. The vehicle was changing lanes and driving around vehicles that were traveling at the posted speed limit of 45 miles per hour. The officer caught up to the vehicle to get a closer read and paced the vehicle again at 92 miles per hour. The vehicle drove through a stale red light without stopping and into the intersection at 51 miles per hour. A traffic stop was conducted, and the defendant stated he was driving that way because he was on his way to his baby mama's house and that she wanted to go to the doctor. The defendant stated that he may have outstanding traffic tickets. The officer asked the defendant if he had any guns in the vehicle, and the defendant stated he did not. The defendant was arrested for reckless driving, and an inventory search of the vehicle was conducted, and the officers located a loaded semi-automatic gun found between the driver's seat and the center console. The defendant stated the firearm belonged to his girlfriend, and the defendant made further references and threats towards the officer.
You understand that I'm going to do.
This moment is textbook judicial warning. The judge is essentially saying, I'll protect the public at all costs. But here's the deeper layer. Reckless driving combined with an unregistered weapon is a red flag for future criminal risk. Question for you. Do you think bond conditions are enough, or should jail time be immediate in such cases?
Everything in my power to protect my public at all costs. And if that means putting you in jail and making your bond sky high, I will do it in a heartbeat. Do you understand?
Yes,
you are not allowed to drive, and you will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. If I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing every single time you drive. It's an offense in and of itself. Do you understand? And finding that there's probable cause to go forward on the reckless driving in addition to the gun case. You're also ordered not to be in possession of any weapons as well. If I find that you have a weapon, you pick up a new case, violate conditions in any way, I will revoke your bond on both cases, put you in jail, no more PR bonds. Do you understand? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? You work these. What do you do with yourself these days?
Yeah, I just lost my job due to this case.
Okay, I'll have you fill out an application. Deputy Rand is going to give you an application. I'll have you fill it out. I'll take a look at it. Keep my county safe. Do you understand?
So,
Come on. Good morning, Mr. Frazier. Sir, you're charged with indecent exposure. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On March 1st, 2025, the officer was at a Texas Roadhouse parking lot in Harris County, Texas, conducting a traffic stop. While on the stop, 2 restaurant employees approached the officer to state the defendant had just exposed himself to them by having his car window down to be visible to them and stroke his penis up and down. The employees provided a picture of the vehicle, the license plate, and a picture of the defendant. While trying to get an accurate location of the vehicle, the defendant began approaching the employee while she was on foot in the parking lot. 2 employees pointed out the vehicle getting ready to leave the parking lot, and the officer conducted a traffic stop. The defendant stated he was trying to get to a hospital for a laceration to his left leg, and the officer went inside the restaurant to view surveillance of the parking lot. The officer observed the defendant waiting in the parking lot before the complainants walked out. The defendant was parked further back than the complainants. When the complainant got into their vehicle, the defendant drove forward and parked next to the complainants. The complainants turned and observed the defendant to have a passenger window down, sitting up in the driver's seat, and stroking his penis in an up and down motion. The complainants drove off and came back to the defendant's vehicle to get a picture of the defendant and his vehicle. The defendant pulled forward again in a parking next to the vehicle with a woman facing away from the defendant. The defendant parked his vehicle and eventually drove away. The defendant drove around the parking lot and approached the complainant who was on foot searching for him. The complainant ran away in fear of being hit by the defendant's vehicle.
Mr. Frazier, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to expose yourself to anyone in this county in public. Do you understand? If I find that you do, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. I'm also ordering you not to go back to this place. Where was this?
A Texas Roadhouse, Your Honor.
Okay, you're not allowed to go back to this Texas Roadhouse. Do you understand? Likewise, if I find that you go back, then I will revoke your bond. So would you reach out to them to let them know that we have put these conditions in place
Yes,
so that if they should see him again?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Frazier, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer or would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer? Okay. Deputy Miranda's going to give me an application. I need you to fill it out and I'll take a look at it. Don't be a danger to my community. Do you understand? Okay.